Mark, yesterday you mentioned 2011 as far as kind of turning things around, and 2006 comes to mind too, especially because it was late in the year. You went 6-4.
Probably more like what we're dealing with now. Yeah.
So, based on your experience, what is it? I mean, simply put, what does it take to turn things around?
You know, I've been saying it a bunch, but you know, I think that you need to really focus on what you can control, and that's your job. What's my job? You know, I think that we need to our players and our coaches need to, you know, keep from dwelling on anything other than what do I do on this play, what do I do on this day, what do I do on this, you know, what do I do this week as far as preparation. You got to focus on your job, and you got to do it the best you can. You got to stay positive, and you got to stay united. You got to stay together. And you know, we've always been able to do that, and you know, I have a lot of faith that we'll do it again.
Did you need to talk to the team about the defense not pointing fingers with the offense, given what's happened recently? We didn't say that specifically. We talk about everybody knowing that the reality is. Well, I'm trying to look at the board here, but decide if I should draw on the board or not. But you know, basically, you know, if you had a pie, and the whole pie is the total blame. Well, everybody's got a slice of that pie. Everybody's got something, even if it's this small, there's something that probably you could have done better to help us win. So you focus on that, and let everybody else focus on their piece of the pie. And you could think in your mind whose pie is bigger than the other, whose piece is bigger than the other. You can do that if you want, but that's not your job. You know, it's not your job to focus on it. You focus on your issue. What can you do better to help us win? That's what you focus on, and that's what we talk about.
But Tom's kind of a self-described no-nonsense kind of competitor. Is that something that you see as an advantage?
I like that about him. I love that about him. He is a very competitive guy, hard-working guy, unbelievable. It just, you know, I might have said this, I might not have said this publicly, but I really admire the guy. This week he went to Coach Schottenheimer and said, "Look, can I work some scout team safety? Because I want to make sure I stay in shape. And when it's time for me to get reps on offense, I'll run over there and get reps on offense. But if I'm not getting reps on offense, I think I can help the team by giving a good look on the scout team as a safety." So he's back there running around and getting the scout team juiced up, fired up. And then when it's time to take offensive plays, he runs over there and takes offensive plays. I mean, that's leadership to me. That's a competitive spirit. That's a guy who wants to help Georgia win. And you know, I admire that about him.
Would Bryce playing quarterback, if he did that, would that preclude also punting? Are you fine with doing both?
It wouldn't change that. It wouldn't change that. And I mean, don't be shocked to see Colin punt again. I mean, I think there'll be, before it's all over, he probably will. But I'll say this about Colin: he could have got all bent out of shape and just kind of shut down, but he didn't. He's punting both of them are punting their tail off in practice. I mean, yesterday's practice, I'm like, look at this. Maybe we should have started a little competition earlier. There's another guy there's really not another punter in sight, you know. But then all of a sudden, you know, Bryce, out of just knowing you had to have somebody to be back there if Colin got hurt, let's put him in there. So before you know it, he starts hitting them pretty good. We're like, you know what, maybe he can do this thing. And then, sure enough, we put him in there. And but when we made the decision to change, even that last week of the open date, all of a sudden Colin really started booming the ball better. You know, was it because of the competition? Probably. But no, I think if we wouldn't say, you know, if Bryce is getting a bunch of quarterback snaps, that we wouldn't let him punt. I think he'd still be the punter. If something happened, obviously, with him at quarterback, then you know, Colin can do it.